ladies and gentlemen. Stop being the nice girl. It's time to stop apologizing. It's time to stop dimming your light just so everyone else feels comfortable. Society has done a fantastic job of telling women that being nice is the ultimate virtue, that if we're kind enough, accommodating enough, soft enough, we'll be loved, respected, and rewarded. But here's the truth: nice isn't always what's needed. Being nice is often an armor we wear to avoid confrontation, to avoid standing up for ourselves. It's a way of keeping people happy while sacrificing our own happiness. How many times have you smiled through something you hated? How many times have you let people take advantage of your time, your energy, your emotions just to keep the peace? And for what? To avoid being called difficult, bossy, too much? Being nice is an easy trap. It's the easiest way to be liked without ever being truly seen. But that doesn't lead to success. It doesn't lead to respect. It doesn't lead to you living your fullest life. So here's the reality: you don't have to be nice all the time to be worthy of love, respect, or success. Being nice often means being quiet. It means holding back. It means pretending that everything is fine when it's not. It means constantly bending to others' expectations while abandoning your own needs, your own desires. But here's the thing: you can be kind without being a pushover. You can be considerate without erasing your boundaries. You can be compassionate without sacrificing your sense of self. It's time to stop being the nice girl who gets walked over because she's afraid of making waves. It's time to step into your power and embrace the woman you are. No filters, no apologies. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to have your voice heard, and if people can't handle that, then maybe they're not the ones who should be in your life. Being the nice girl is about seeking approval, but the truth is, you don't need anyone's approval to know that you're enough. You're allowed to say no when something isn't right for you. You're allowed to demand more from life. You're allowed to go after your dreams with ferocity and confidence, and if that scares some people along the way, so be it. Stop shrinking yourself to fit into a mold that wasn't made for you. Stop letting people define who you are by their standards. It's time to let go of the fear of rejection and embrace the possibility of true empowerment. Stop being the nice girl. Be the woman who knows her worth, speaks her truth, and walks through this world unapologetically. You owe that to yourself. Society has long conditioned women to believe that their worth is defined by how well they serve others, how pleasant they are, and how much they bend to accommodate the needs and desires of those around them. The message is clear: to be loved, to be accepted, you need to be agreeable, selfless, and nice. And so we apologize. We apologize for being too loud, too ambitious, too opinionated, or simply for taking up space in a world that expects women to shrink themselves to fit the mold of a perfect, quiet, accommodating figure. But here's the harsh truth: constantly apologizing for being yourself only feeds into a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity. Every time you apologize for your desires, your needs, your goals, you reinforce the idea that they are somehow less important than those of others. You diminish your own power and, in the process, lose your ability to truly stand in your own truth. This isn't about being rude or dismissive of others. It's about acknowledging that you have the right to assert your boundaries, to prioritize your needs, and to take ownership of your life without guilt. When you stop apologizing for being who you are, you begin to stop playing small. You start to recognize that your worth isn't defined by your willingness to make everyone else comfortable. You don't need to downplay your strengths or achievements just to avoid making others feel threatened or uncomfortable. The world is full of people who will try to convince you that your voice should be softer, your ambitions smaller, your boundaries more flexible. But you don't have to listen to that. You are worthy of respect, of space, of being unapologetically yourself without explanation or justification. To stop apologizing for being yourself is to step into your full potential, to demand what you deserve, and to refuse to shrink in a world that constantly asks women to do just that. The nice girl persona is often built as a defense mechanism, a way of avoiding conflict, rejection, and discomfort. We are taught that if we just play along, keep the peace, and smile through the tough moments, we'll be liked and accepted. It's easy to think that being nice is the key to getting ahead, to being loved, or to avoiding negative attention. But the truth is, the nice girl act isn't always the solution, and in many cases it can become a barrier to the success and respect you deserve. When you constantly suppress your own feelings, opinions, or desires just to avoid stepping on anyone's toes, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage. The nice girl is the one who's afraid to challenge others, to speak up when something isn't right, or to take a stand for herself. She's the one who says yes when she means no, who bends over backward to keep everyone else happy, and who watches her own dreams and needs to take a backseat. But the irony is, this persona doesn't often lead to success or true respect. People don't always respect someone who doesn't have the courage to stand up for themselves. They don't always value someone who is constantly trying to please everyone else. And more often than not, being overly nice can make you invisible, ignored, or even taken advantage of. It's okay to not always be nice. It's okay to set boundaries, to speak your truth, and to prioritize your own needs without fear of being labeled as rude or difficult. In fact, being true to yourself, even if it means being firm or direct, is a sign of strength and self-respect. When you stop pretending to be something you're not just to fit in, you open up the possibility of attracting people who value the real you, the confident, assertive, and authentic person you are. Being kind and compassionate is important, but so is being authentic. And sometimes authenticity requires saying things that may not be universally liked or accepted. But in the end, it's not about being liked by everyone. It's about respecting yourself enough to know when it's time to stand firm and stop playing the role of the nice girl at the expense of your own truth. When you spend your life avoiding confrontation, it often comes at the cost of your own well-being. The desire to keep the peace, to prevent discomfort or conflict, can make you constantly defer to others, even when it means compromising your own needs, values, or desires. You tell yourself that if you just go along with what others want, if you keep everyone around you happy, things will be easier. But in reality, this avoidance can build up a slow, suffocating resentment, one that quietly eats away at your happiness and sense of self-worth. When you prioritize everyone else's needs above your own to avoid confrontation, you start to lose touch with your own desires and boundaries. You end up agreeing to things you don't want to do, participating in situations that drain you, or tolerating behavior that makes you uncomfortable, all in the name of maintaining harmony. At first, it might feel like the right thing to do, as if you're being selfless and considerate. But over time, this constant self-sacrifice leaves you feeling frustrated, exhausted, and unfulfilled. You're left with a deep sense of disconnection from yourself, wondering where your needs have gone or why you feel like you're giving so much but receiving so little in return. The truth is, avoiding confrontation doesn't make you a better person. It makes you someone who's afraid to stand up for what you deserve. It's easy to fall into the habit of avoiding conflict, but doing so consistently means that your own happiness takes a backseat to everyone else's comfort. You end up teaching others that your needs don't matter as much and you'll be expected to keep putting them last. But the real harm is in how this dynamic chips away at your own sense of self-respect. The more you sacrifice yourself, the less you become the person you were meant to be. You can still be kind, considerate, and compassionate without giving up your boundaries or your happiness. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person who knows her worth and understands that her needs are just as important as anyone else's. Setting boundaries and speaking up when something isn't right isn't about creating conflict for the sake of it. It's about honoring your own life and your own peace. True kindness is found in being honest and respectful toward both yourself and others without letting your needs be pushed aside to keep the peace. Being nice, while an admirable quality, doesn't automatically earn you the respect or recognition you deserve. In fact, constantly accommodating others without ever standing up for yourself often leads to the opposite outcome. The more you make yourself available to fulfill everyone else's needs, the more you risk becoming invisible in the eyes of those around you. People may start to take your kindness for granted, expecting you to always be there, always say yes, and always put them first. The more you do this, the less likely they are to respect your boundaries, your time, or your value. Act the part in every situation you encounter. How would this version of you walk into a room? How would they speak to others? How would they approach challenges or opportunities? Embrace those behaviors, even if they feel unfamiliar at first. The more you act in alignment with the person you wish to be, the more those actions become second nature. Over time, they stop feeling like a role you're playing and start becoming a reality of who you are. Feel the emotions of your future self as if they are already yours. What does it feel like to have achieved your dreams? To wake up every day with purpose, clarity, and confidence? Hold on to those feelings and let them guide your journey. Emotions are powerful drivers of action, and when you feel like the person you want to become, you naturally move in ways that bring that vision to life. Assuming the role is not about faking it, it's about embodying it. It's about bridging the gap between where you are and where you want to be by bringing that future self into the present moment. When you consistently think, act, and feel as if you've already arrived, the world begins to adjust to match your inner reality. Doors open, opportunities appear, and people respond to the energy you project. The role you assume today shapes the life you experience tomorrow. So step into it boldly, knowing that the person you want to be has been within you all along. Take a moment to look at the world around you. Everything you see, everything you experience is a reflection of what's happening within you. The world acts as a mirror, reflecting back your beliefs, your thoughts, and your emotions. It does not create your inner state, it reveals it. If you want to change what you see in the mirror, you must first change what's within. Now imagine shifting that inner state. Picture yourself filled with confidence, belief, and an unshakable sense of self-worth. When you carry that energy, the world mirrors it back. Opportunities appear where there once were none. People respond to you with respect and admiration, and challenges shrink in the face of your newfound clarity and strength. The reflection changes because the source, the real you, has changed. This is not magic, it is the natural law of alignment. The world around you conforms to the expectations you hold within. When you believe in yourself, that belief radiates outward. It shows up in the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, and the way you approach life. And the world responds in kind, reflecting your belief back to you in the form of success, recognition, and fulfillment. But remember, the mirror is neutral. It doesn't judge or choose, it simply reflects. If you stand before it feeling small, it will show you a smaller version of yourself. If you stand tall, confident in your greatness, it will show you a powerful version of yourself. The choice of what you see in the reflection is entirely yours. So take ownership of your inner state. Choose thoughts and beliefs that uplift you. Cultivate emotions that empower you. The world is ready to show you your greatness, but first you must believe in it. Change begins within, and as your inner world transforms, the mirror of the world will reflect back the extraordinary life you are creating. One of the greatest misconceptions we hold is that we need evidence before we can believe in ourselves. We tell ourselves that we'll believe in our abilities once we see results, that we'll trust in our greatness once others recognize it. But that's not how life works. Evidence doesn't come first, belief does. It's not the proof that creates the belief, it's the belief that summons the proof. Think of belief as the foundation of a house. Without that foundation, nothing can be built. When you believe in your greatness, you lay the groundwork for the results you seek. You begin to act with confidence, take risks you might have otherwise avoided, and approach challenges with determination. These actions, born from belief, create the results that others see as evidence. The proof only appears after you've taken that leap of faith within yourself. If you wait for evidence before you believe, you'll be stuck in a cycle of inaction. You'll hold back, unsure of yourself, waiting for the world to convince you of your worth. But the world is waiting on you. It's waiting for you to step up, to claim your greatness, to believe in yourself without needing outside validation. The moment you do, the universe begins to conspire in your favor, aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances to support the belief you've already chosen to hold. Consider this: every great achievement in history began with someone who believed in something they couldn't yet see. Inventors, leaders, artists, they all started with a vision, a belief in what was possible, even when there was no proof to back it up. They didn't wait for the world to agree with them. They believed first, acted on that belief, and the evidence followed. This is the same principle that applies to your life. If you want to see greatness, you must believe in it first. Speak as if you are already successful. Act as if the world is already recognizing your talents. Feel as if you've already achieved the life you desire. This isn't about pretending, it's about aligning your actions and energy with the outcome you know is possible. When you hold that belief firmly, the results will naturally unfold. So don't wait for proof to start believing in yourself. Decide today that you are worthy, capable, and destined for greatness. Let that belief guide your actions, and watch as the evidence of your success begins to manifest all around you. Belief is the seed, and the evidence is the harvest, but the seed must come first. Fear and doubt are powerful forces. They can paralyze us, hold us back, and convince us that we are not worthy of success or greatness. When fear takes hold, it clouds our judgment, making us second-guess ourselves and question our abilities. Doubt creeps in, whispering that we're not good enough, that we don't have what it takes. But the truth is, fear and doubt are not reflections of who you are. They are barriers keeping you from stepping into your full potential. Every time you shrink back due to fear or doubt, you deny the world the opportunity to witness your greatness. You hold back the very essence of who you are, thinking that somehow you need to wait for the right moment, the right circumstances, or some external validation. But those moments don't come on their own. You must create them by pushing through the fear and doubt that try to hold you in place. When you let fear dictate your actions, you are letting something outside of yourself control your destiny. You allow the illusion of danger, uncertainty, or failure to stop you from taking the steps needed to move forward. In reality, fear is often just a signal that you are on the edge of something new, something challenging, and something that will help you grow. It is in these moments of discomfort that true greatness is forged. To become the person you want to be, you must be willing to step beyond the limits fear and doubt set for you. Doubt, too, is a thief of greatness. It convinces you that you don't have what it takes, that you're not capable, and that others are more deserving. But every person who has achieved greatness, whether in business, in art, in sports, or in life, has faced doubt. The difference is that they didn't let it stop them. They embraced the uncertainty and kept moving forward anyway, confident that they were capable of rising to the challenge. To break free from the grip of fear and doubt, you must embody confidence, even when you don't feel it. Confidence doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment. It comes from choosing to act in spite of fear, in spite of doubt. It's not about pretending to be fearless, but about acknowledging the fear and choosing to move forward anyway. Confidence is a muscle that grows stronger the more you use it. The more you push through the discomfort, the more you realize that fear and doubt have no real power over you unless you give them power. Every step you take in confidence, no matter how small, chips away at the walls built by fear and doubt. You begin to see that you are stronger than you thought, that your potential is far greater than your fears, and that your doubts are just illusions. As you push past these barriers, you not only create space for your greatness to emerge, you inspire others to do the same. Greatness is not something that is bestowed upon you, it is something you decide. The moment you make the choice to be the best version of yourself, you step into a new reality. This decision is the starting point, the foundation upon which everything else is built. You don't need to wait for the world to tell you that you're ready. You don't need external validation or approval to give you permission to be great. Greatness starts with a simple but powerful act of deciding that you will be your best right now in this moment. This decision is not a passive wish or a fleeting thought. It's an active, intentional choice. You are choosing to no longer be content with mediocrity, with playing small, with hiding your true potential. You are choosing to rise above any limitations you've placed on yourself, to leave behind the doubts and insecurities, and to embrace the power of who you truly are. It's a decision to stop waiting for the right moment, the right circumstances, or the right people to acknowledge your greatness. You decide, and the rest follows. When you decide to be the best version of yourself, you take full ownership of your life. You realize that you have the power to shape your future with every thought, action, and choice you make. There's no waiting for permission, no waiting for the world to recognize you first. You recognize yourself, you see the potential within you, and you make the decision to pursue it with unwavering commitment. This decision is a declaration. You are not asking for greatness, you are claiming it. You are saying, I am worthy of the best, and I will show up as the best in every area of my life. It's a commitment to stop settling for less than you deserve, to no longer shrink back from challenges, and to always give your best effort, no matter the circumstances. It's important to understand that this decision is not about perfection, it's about commitment. The best version of yourself is not a perfect, flawless version. It's the version of you who shows up with courage, who is willing to grow, to learn, and to push past any fears or obstacles. It's the version of you who doesn't wait for life to happen, but actively creates it.